After we count off, I can
One.
start, right?
2,
3,
4, 5.
And 6.
I'm sure many of you are here today because you saw the topic of this speech, that it was how to overcome debt. And you're wondering if this is really true. Well, it is true, and I'll talk about that with you today. But first, I'd like to let you know about some facts, interesting facts about debt in our society. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Consumer Expenditure Survey, more people will file bankruptcy this year than will graduate from college. And according to the Wall Street Journal, 70% of all consumers live paycheck to paycheck. These facts are real, and they're very scary, as we witness in our society and our world today. I'm going to share my story with you, how my husband and I overcame our debt situation. It was one Friday evening. We sat to pay bills like we typically did, but this Friday would be unlike any other. This Friday, we were making our final payment on a debt that we had created years ago. After launching our payment and getting a confirmation, we celebrated with each other. After 5 years in marriage, 4 kids, and a new home, we had paid off $20,000 in debt. I'm sure you're wondering, how did we do that? We won the lottery. I'm just kidding, not really. Through understanding the reality of debt, making a plan, changing our lifestyles, and knowing this would take time, we were able to accomplish this goal. So I'd like to start with letting you know that debt is no fairy tale. We were tired of living paycheck to paycheck, and we had been in conversation with my dad about a book that he had been reading called Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. After reading the book, we decided that we wanted to make this change in our life. So we tightened our belts, rolled up our sleeves, and decided to take action with the plan. I called this fighting the fight. Yes, we had to budget and rebudget and use many budgets that we couldn't stand. But the budgets that were provided by Dave Ramsey's classes helped us look at our finances. And I have an example of this budget here. These budgets are designed to be simple and help you line out your finances, and typically when we budget, when there's money left over, we think that's ours to spend. But through this plan, you take the money left over and you spend it throughout your budget to accomplish your debt goals. So this took time and a lot of moving around of numbers and discovering new ways to budget. Another way we were able to accomplish this debt was by using the debt snowball, which is listed in the plan. The debt snowball requests that you list your debts in order from least amount to largest amount. And you pay off your least amount, and then when that one's paid off, you roll that payment to your next debt, creating a snowball effect and giving you a sense of victory. So we also had to cut impulsive spending like dining out, shopping, etc. If we were going to live like no one else, we had to live like no one else, says Dave Ramsey. Another recommended reading through this class was The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley. In this book, Thomas Stanley surveys several millionaires and their habits throughout their lives and how they view things. He lists 7 common traits that he found among these millionaires. I personally like to look at numbers 1 and 3. Number 1 says that millionaires live below their means. And number 3 says that millionaires believe that their financial independence is more than their social status. 2 things that Americans do not live by today. We're constantly living above our means, thinking we have to have it now, and we think that our stuff defines who we are. So our next step was realizing that to get out of this debt, this was going to take more than money. So spending is what put us in debt, but our behavior was what would get us out. Another personal favorite quote of Dave Ramsey's is, "Personal finance is 80% behavior and is 20% head knowledge." What does this mean? Well, for me, it meant that my impulsive shopping was over. No longer could I feed the craving I had to shop for things I didn't need. And for our family, we had to define what our wants were versus our needs. We had to cut back on things like dining out and our cable, our Starbucks, and our donuts. If you think that this doesn't affect you and you have your money in check, I encourage you to open your bank accounts and add up all the times that you and your family dine out, or that you have Starbucks, or the lunches that you might eat out on daily. I guarantee you that you'll be shocked. Understanding the process is the next step in this goal, and understanding it would take time. Not overnight would this happen. This took us a series of 2 years. Many budget changes, sacrifices, and 2 years of living just simply. I like the way that Betty D'Angelo, a financial planner with Financial Solutions, views the users of credit cards versus those who don't use credit cards. She says the difference between these people are people who carry credit cards and debt and those who don't is that these people don't supplement income with plastic and don't feel deprived when they can't have things now. They are not cheap, they're just not willing to sacrifice their standard of life to pay for things. The cool thing is, while our focus was on our budget, something bigger happened. We grew closer as a family and we learned to live simply. By facing reality of our debt crisis, fighting the fight, creating a plan, knowing it was going to take more than money, and understanding it would take time, we are finally debt-free. The improvement of this debt plan the improvement this has had on our life has been worth every sacrifice we made. I encourage you all today to live like no one else so you can live like no one else. And yes, I know debt is normal, so I encourage you all to be you. Are there any questions?
Will this plan work on all debts?
This plan is designed to work on all debts, of $5,000 to $40,000. It's very unique and catering to all debt levels.
Where can I find financial peace classes?
You can go to the Dave Ramsey's website and he will show you where you can find the classes. They're all over communities.
How often do you change your budget?
The budget is ever changing. As you pay off your debts, you can add more money to other areas in your budget, and as you become debt free, you'll find out that you've got to spend money throughout your budget, and eventually you'll find out that you have more money than you could ever need. Okay. So did that work? Was that 5?
It was
Yours
7.
right?